Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second episode of Kuma Knowledge, where I will be giving you the next and second step to self-improvement, as well as real-life examples from my life to give you guys as a comparison and that you can look at and, compare your own life to and see exactly how you can apply these to your life to make your life better so that you can find your purpose. I appreciate you guys for watching. This is all pre-edited. This is just my oversight before the video begins. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Keep grinding, keep growing, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys at the end. When you are trying to find your purpose, it's all about who you surround yourself with as well. So what 50 Cent says is, and what a lot of other philosophers as well as myself says is, you're only as strong as the crew you surround yourself with. And I live by that and I will die by that. So what that means is, and I'll put the video real quick. Just watch this clip, and you'll understand perfectly well.
Go to my hood, and you be like, yo, what up? I be like, man, get the fuck out of here. I ain't talking to this nigga. What the fuck am I talking to this nigga for? You know what my grandfather told me? You don't get as far as the motherfuckers you talk to for no reason. You'll be successful as the motherfuckers that you talk to for no reason. What I mean is, if you spending your day talking to a nigga that ain't got nothing going on, what the fuck kind of information could he offer you? Can he help you learn something? Can he teach you something in the conversation? For me, I'm gonna take it in. I'm gonna absorb everything that's going on and get what I can get. Ain't no school for this shit, stupid. Ain't no school for this shit. You gotta be smart enough to pick up the information as you go. Now the crazy shit is niggas that look like you doing something wrong. What I do wrong? You understand what I'm saying? You just gotta hustle. Then you gotta go hard, man. You see it playing games, man? Niggas got it. I'm gonna get it. Trust me. I'm gonna get mine. I don't know about y'all niggas, you know what I'm saying? That niggas on bullshit. Now motherfuckers say you crazy, nigga call me crazy, you know I be thinking when they say that? Niggas say I'm crazy, I be thinking, yep. I was crazy enough to believe what the fuck I was saying gonna happen was gonna happen. And that's why I was persistent enough and consistent enough to exist now.
Okay, did you understand that? So basically what he's saying is, if you're in the same spot you were in a year ago, 5 months ago, and you're not talking about nothing new, you're not trying to offer me any type of knowledge, any type of growth, or anything in general, then what am I hanging around you for? What are you here for? And I've been like that ever since. And in this day and age, in this society, you have to be a very strong-willed person. This is going more into another topic that I'm going to go into, but this is just a general consensus that you have to be a very strong-willed person when you embody this, because a lot of people are going to look at you sideways. A lot of people are going to say that you're moving funny, that you're anti-social, that you're not a familiar person, like you're very closed off, you're cold, and that's not the case at all. I'm not at all. Anybody who knows me, or who will soon to know you, should you continue your development, will know that that's not the case. I am very careful about who I choose to be friends with, who I choose to surround myself with, and who I choose to enjoy my time with. Time is one of the most precious things on this planet that we have, because you cannot get that back. And so what that means is, when you surround yourself with people, you have to be mindful of what are they offering you and what are they offering themselves in return. Okay, that doesn't mean you can't help people. It just means you can't stretch yourself so far. You should be getting more information than you are putting out. That's what that means. So I'll give you a clear example. I hang out with the original 5, right? That's where I spend a lot of my times. We haven't met each other, but through Discord. Okay, it's like, okay, what are they offering you? Well, I've found out a shit ton about each of them individually. I'll go from top to bottom and state exactly what we get from each other in my aspect point of view. And what I got from GZ is that he's a very hardworking person. He has 2 jobs. He wakes up early in the morning, and these are labor jobs. One of them, he has to lift things, and he delivers stuff, and he goes back and forth. And the other one is at Lowe's, where of course you have to lift things, you clean stuff, and these are hardworking jobs again. And he's coding. He's coming home and he's making time to talk and hang out with us, crack jokes. He's taught me about how to mod. These are skills and things that I would have never learned if I didn't meet GZ, right? And it also goes to show what type of person he is. The type of person who is capable of waking up, committing themselves to 2 jobs, then, going out of their way to do something for the community, and then, hang out with you, which he doesn't have to do, you being me, and everybody else in the chat, that tells you volumes about what that type of person is. We've seen that Berserk is a very hardworking man. He's a textbook guy, as I'd say. very old school like me, like myself. I see a lot of similarities in him, and because of that, I can not compare, obviously, but I can go off his homework, if you will, and see exactly what he's done, and he can tell me himself about some things that he's done, but he would do different, offer me knowledge in different aspects, such as women, especially since he's a little more worldly than I am, a little more social than I am. He's like, adult big brother to me. So there's a lot of knowledge that I can get from him on that aspect, right? And of course, he works. He's going out there and he's making content now. He's also a man of God, so that's good. Then we have more to talk about in terms of religion. So that's plenty to offer right then and there. There's plenty to offer, right? And then there's Gabe, right? Gabriel, in my case, I've known him since high school, right? I met him in real life. We went to the same high school, and of course, in this case, it's like, he looks out for me, and we look out for each other. He has many times as well given me the mini pep talk, a bit more aggressive. Like, Gabe is the go out there and do it, my guy. Like, what are you waiting for? Go do it. And he's given me that plenty of times. He believes in me as a content creator, and he believes in me as a person. He's also given me knowledge about cars, about how to interact with women, because he's also more social than I am on that level. Different aspects of working. He also wakes up early, takes care of his brother, takes care of himself, hangs out with us, joins me on content whenever I need it. He's always ready to give a helping hand. He's very loyal, and I respect and I appreciate that. So that is somebody you want in your circle. That is something that you need in your group, okay? And then there's Tegra, okay? Tegra himself has started to come into the group a little more. But what I realized off the bat from hearing Tegra, seeing him talk in Berserk's chat when we first met him, is that he's very intelligent. I picked it up right away. I was like, oh, yeah, this guy's pretty smart. Okay, let's see, what else. And the more he typed in the chat, outside of the memes, and when I'm hearing him actually talk, it's like, oh yeah, this guy's intelligent. So Tegra has loads and loads of wisdom outside of not just, religious aspects, but he works out. He's a hardworking dude. And I also realized that he's very sincere. He's very heartfelt. And I realized that from one of the situations he was in, and I was like, oh, okay, so you're that guy. He's very nice, sincere, and he keeps you honest, and I respect that. So that's something you need in your group as well. So, and then last but not least, then there's Roxas. Okay, so Roxas is younger than all of us, right? He's the up and coming root, if you will, and that's what you need in a group, right? You have the support. Okay, you have all your supports around, and then you have a new root. So Roxas is essentially learning from us as we're learning from him as well. So he might not have anything necessarily like straight, like he's definitely intelligent. Like, he's thrown me a fucking loop a couple of times. Like, what the hell? Like, this is like, Roxas will surprise you. Okay, like, do not sleep with Roxas. Roxas is extremely intelligent, but it's more so for me. For me personally, I look at him in the little brother aspect, if you will. Like, make sure he's all right, if that makes any sense. And I like to offer him knowledge and give him stuff, and in return, he keeps me positive. It makes me feel like I'm passing something on, right? So you always need that sense of purpose. Like I was saying, you need that sense of purpose in your life, and my sense of purpose is also giving information as well as receiving. So you always want to give off as well as you receive, and so that's what essentially some of Rox's purpose is. It's like, simple stuff like learning how to mod Discord, or learning how to do something in the game. And like I said, his point of view is very supportive as well when it comes to different stuff. And the fact that Roxas is very blunt, that's the best prayer market. He's very blunt, and that's something to have, because I can never doubt that he's not telling the truth. I can never doubt that he's not just telling me how it is, because of the fact that he's blunt. That's something that you need in your group as well, because there's no backwards, there's no beating around the bush. That's how it is, that's how you see it, and that's how it should be. And he's unapologetic about it, and that's what I love about Roxas. So that's who I surround myself with. Okay, that's my background of my group of people that I surround myself with. And no, I didn't purposely pick that number of people, but the point of the being is you're as strong as the people around me, and these people around me have for years, outside of just gaming, pushed me to be a better person, have pushed me to be more than just your 9 to 5, to be more than just an average gamer. And I've learned so much from being around these people. And what I'm trying to tell you is, as a viewer, that you need to make sure that you surround yourself with people who you can grow from, who you can teach, And you never want to be in a room where you're the smartest person in the room. And that's the good thing about being in a group where we're all in different parts of the state. We're all in different, sections of the world, because we always have different outlooks on things. So you're never really the smartest person in the room if somebody always has something odd or different to add on to what you're saying or your point of view. You can always shift. And that's a good thing. It's a very good thing to have. And of course, there's the good company. Nobody in the group is ever jealous of each other. Like, nobody's ever envious. We're always trying to elevate each other. We always have different inputs, and it's a beautiful thing to have. So that's just what you would like your group to look like. It doesn't have to look exactly like mine. You build what you build based on what you have around you, and it doesn't even have to be perfect. But you absolutely positively have to make sure that you're building yourself around a group that you can look in the mirror and be proud of. That these people can reflect on you. I always say, if you can't bring your friend home in front of your parents, if you're that type of person, like, when you're proud of for your ladies or for your guys, when you have a relationship and you're proud to bring that person home to your parents, your friends should be the exact same way. If you can't bring your friend in your house and be proud to present them, if you will, to your parents, to your folks, or to people who mean special, significant value to you, whoever's raising you, then you should not be around these people. Period. These are not people who should be around you. Like, right now, if I could, I would bring all 6 of them in my house, no problems, and present them like a science project. Like, hey, mom, like, look, these are my guys. Like, because I'm proud of them. I'm proud of who they are. I'm proud of being around them, and I'm proud of what we've built so far. So that's the type of environment that you need to continuously build yourself on. So that's just a huge bulk of, finding your purpose. You're never going to be able to do this type of stuff alone. And whenever you try to do this type of stuff alone, you're always going to find yourself back at square one, because it doesn't matter how strong you are as a person, how good you think you are reading people, you're always going to have to take a chance and meet new people. You're always going to have to need people to support you past your initial values. You're going to need to constantly develop to the world around you so that you can grow. And that's the absolute positive law to finding your purpose, is growth. So that's the next thing I want to go ahead and branch onto in finding your purpose, is growth. So like I was saying, you don't have to find your purpose today. You don't have to find your purpose tomorrow, but you do need growth to find it. So you should not be staying in the same spot for months on end. It's okay if you get stuck for a day, a week, maybe even 2 weeks, the longest. But after 2 weeks, you need to look yourself in the mirror and say, okay, I've been doing the same nonsense, staying up all night, not editing, or whatever your case may be. I'm speaking in hyperbole. You know what I mean? You're not doing anything productive to yourself. You need to look at yourself after a certain amount of time, minimum, or I should say maximum 2 weeks. I'd say anybody, after 2 weeks and you're still fucking around, then you need to seriously slap yourself and get yourself in shape. Right? You need to look yourself in the mirror and say, all right, we've had our fun, we had our little break. Let's get back to work. Like, let's go. Like, we cannot stay here. The longer you stay in the mud, the harder it's going to be for you to get up. Right? Because you're going to keep getting muddier, you're going to get dirtier, and it's going to get wet, slippery, you know what I mean? It's hard to get up. So the point being is, after 2 weeks, or maximum, I'm not telling you or motivating you to slack off for 2 weeks. I'm saying, at most, if you fall, you fall. That's perfectly fine. You relapse. That's perfectly fine. But do not consistently stay there. Don't just keep doing it over and over and expecting different results, because you're not going to get them. And then you're going to look at yourself in the mirror and say, well, shit, I made my New Year's resolution to be, better again, like everybody else did, but I'm still in the same spot and I'm not doing anything new. It's like, well, it's up to you, right? That's what it's all about. It's up to you. You as a person have to decide when enough is enough and when you want to grow. I've been in the spot where I was for, in that specific dark spot that I was in for about 5 years, 4.5 years, 4.5 years, borderline 5. And, like I said, I had to wake up one day and say, enough is enough. And of course, I would never want anybody to be in that state of mind for 4 and 5 years, and I had moments of sparking happiness. I did. But the point of it being is, hearing it from somebody, I'm trying to give you guys, I'm comparing my life to give you an example of how to that you can get out. I keep comparing myself, you guys, in this video so that you can hear the proof that it's okay, that you can do it. Okay, some of you guys might have worse conditions than I far could have ever thought. And some of you guys might be better off than I am right now, or better off in life than I ever was. And the point being is that even if you are stuck, even if you're going through something, 5 years of continuous hell, so to speak, because that's what that is. When you're mentally traumatized, when you're going through something so hard that you can't even get up sometimes, it's called hell, right? Hell doesn't have to be this fiery landscape with demons and horns. It's a mind state as well. It's agony, right? That's what hell is advertised. It's agony. You're burning. You know, it's not a fun time. It's not waterfall and sprinkles. It's straight agony. You're in a barbecue, right? So the point I'm trying to make here is, for me personally, that's why I keep comparing myself. It's like, well, if I went through 4.5 years of this stuff, you know, not telling anybody and just trying to live and finally being able to do it. And I'm telling you guys on record, on camera, this is proof of my existence that, listen, I decided one day, listen, enough is enough. I got up off my shit and I started to build, to grow, to live. Okay, to live. Not just to be alive. Anybody on this world, everything is just alive. That's how we start. You're alive, you're a baby. And one day you decide enough is enough and you want to live. That's what means something. To build something, to be something. And that's what I did. And that's what this is for you guys. This is supposed to be a channel. This is going to be a channel of motivational proof. And I'm going to make comparisons to my life and some videos to give you guys proof. Because there's plenty of content creators out there who just do it for money. I'm not going to lie to you guys, just for the content, just because. It's like, oh yeah, I could just give out a few tips that are Googled and I'll do it, you know. But if you have the evidence, if you have the proof, then there's nothing to doubt, right? It's like I was doing this for years and I was stuck and I was hurting and I got up. So I'm telling you, who's listening right now, get up. You can do it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, but get up and try. You don't have to be Bill Gates tomorrow. You don't have to be Mr. Beast tomorrow. You don't. TD Jakes and all these other people who you might want to be. That's fine. 50 Cent, you know, you don't have to be these famous rappers, but anything you want to be, you can do it. But get up right now and try. Live, exist, be. Don't just be alive. Live. And that's what I wanted to make this video about. Finding your purpose and living. Because the key is these 3 things of which I went over in the video. The first key is acknowledgement. That's what I started my video out. Understanding who helped you to be where you're at. Following their steps to be a better person. As long as you take, you give. Second step is who you're around. You have to surround yourself with people who are trying to live as well. Those people don't pull you down to save themselves. They pull you down because they're drowning too. It's like, so fuck it, we both go, right? Because some people are just hell-bent on chaos. It's like, well, if I'm drowning, I might as well see everything else go as well, so I don't feel as bad, right? But that's not the way to do it. And the third thing, of course, is trying. The effort. Right? Understanding your foundation, understanding what's around you, and trying to live. Trying. That's the last part. Effort. Acknowledging your mistakes and not staying in one place and saying, all right, well, I messed up. You know, maybe I watched a little bit of art, porn, or whatever the hell you want to call it. So, all right, I did my biz. Let's not do that tomorrow. And then you stop. And then before you know it, it's 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. You haven't looked at it a lick. You haven't even been tempted. Same thing with drinking, smoking. You know, these aren't negative things in life. You know, these are just vices to escape the 9-to-5 chaos. And it's okay. You know, I used to look down on people. I used to look at people like they were stupid, nuts, crazy for drinking, for smoking, for, you know, all these other vices that you do. It's like, well, the world is full of chaos. I could never fathom the amount of chaos that has gone on in some people's lives. What it takes to get up in the morning. And sometimes you need a little distraction, and that's fine. Just don't get stuck on that distraction. Don't let that distraction be your life, because one day you're going to get up, you're going to be lying in a hospital bed. That's where I hope you wind up when you're that age. and you're gonna look at that room and you're gonna say, well, shit, what did I do? Nothing. Nobody's gonna remember you. Nobody's gonna know what you were here for, and you wasted your purpose. One life you can't get back. So before I end this video, I'm gonna say again, thank you guys for watching this. I know this was a little bit of a video, but I kind of bridged them together. I wanted to make one solid video. But wake up, you know, if you're already up, keep going. And I want you to keep going, keep running. I'm living proof right here and now that you can get up and you can go and you can live. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.